The legendary hunter goes, runs throughout the world. His name is Garititho. His name is Garititho.
Yay people, how's it going? Now as you can see I'm dancing, and recently I found out how to walk dancing, and for now we are going to talk about the video that is the build that I play for Survival Hunter and how to play the melee hunter. We are going to explain the talents, pets and everything you need to know. I have some news, and it is that I've been smashing the DPS graphics, and here you can see two different weeks in which I was the first and the second hunter dealing DPS to Patchwork in Naxxramas. So let's see. First, we're here with the talents. To start with, I recommend that you always set it to English. What we're going to take into account is that we're obviously going for survival to be melee, and these talents are generic. This talent, Resourcefulness, is very good, especially if you don't have much gear and you're running out of mana easily, but as I'm using tier 3 and I'm going to raids, so I have paladins and shamans and stuff, my mana regeneration is good enough to not need it at max points. I will keep it at 4 points because that is the build I'm using. But take in mind, if you really need it, you can go for the 5th point, and I will show you later what other talents you can remove. And now we are going on Survivalist here all in because it provides a lot of HP and it is really needed in some scenarios, especially if you are going to Kara 40 or Naxxramas. As I have my hit rate capped, I don't need these 3 points on the talent Surefuted. And we keep investing our points on survival talents until we reach the final, and especially we are going to take a look at this one, Vicious Strikes, and the current meta is actually using 2 out of 2 points, but I always like to use only 1. And now we're moving to Beast Mastery, and of course we're going to use Swift Aspects and Primal Aspects. It's really amazing. Now we have 2 points left, we can spend wherever we want. I like to spend them on Endurance Training for some more HP, and we finally get to Coordinated Assault. This talent is really amazing. It's dealing an insane amount of damage. I've seen over 4k in raids, and I totally recommend you to pick this talent. It doesn't matter what talent tree you are using, Beast Mastery, Survival, Marksman. Just pick this talent and hope for the best when your pet gets a crit. And the last 5 points are going to be to Unleashed Fury. This is the most played survival talent combination. And now it comes to my idea when I started testing some talents, and I realized that Vicious Strike is not completely needed with 2 points invested on it. If your weapon attack speed is 2.9 or slower, that means 3.0, 3.1 or above, you will not get any effective use on spending the 2nd point on Vicious Strike. So I'm going to take 1 point from this talent, 1 point from Unleash Fury, and I'm going to use these 2 points on Bestial Discipline. This way I realized the wolf was getting a huge boost, and it means the wolf is going to use the Fury's Hold on cooldown every 8 seconds. And I thought if I can min-max and get the best out of my pet, I will do a better performance, just for myself and also because I become a better support. Back to the talents, we are going to make a simple version right now, which means for people who don't have tier 3 and they lack of mana regeneration, and probably they don't need that much extra health and maybe some extra hit rate. So as you can see, you can remove your points on Survivalist, up to 4 that I used in the other combination, and you can spend 1 on Resourcefulness for the mana cost and the other 3 on Surefuted, the talent that provides you hit rate. Take in mind, if you only need 1%, just move 1 point, if you need 2%, 2 points, and so on. But it's not mandatory to spend all the 3 points on Surefooted and just invest what you need. Back to the game, here you can see I'm using the standard talents and not the ones I created on my own, because I want to test also these ones, and I want you all also to try both combinations and choose your favorite. Maybe you feel comfortable with 2 out of 2 ambitious strikes, or maybe you prefer to use my combination with the wolf, so that's up to you guys. You should know what you need and how you get your better DPS. The pets I recommend for this survival build is mostly the wolf, the one I'm using. But there are many possibilities, and maybe you want to choose a different pet for a single better performance like the raptor or the cobra or maybe the wind serpent, always one of these three. If you choose the cat, it will be a little bit outscaled by the other three, and the scorpion is also possible, but it doesn't really fit with the survival playstyle. Or maybe just in case you want to test something different, you can go for the bear or the tall strider. But the main idea is to have a pet with high attack speed to apply coordinated assault as many times as possible. For the skills and rotations, I have these two macros that I'm going to paste and let it on the comments below, and as you can see I use one for single target and another one for multi-target. You are able to create your ones, remove or add some different skills. If you want for something specific, it's possible, don't worry. But take in mind we want to make priority on the traps, always. The only issue if you start the macro with the trap, it's look at here what's happening, you don't start attacking. You need another macro that included Raptor Strike, for example, to have that start attack command that usually have for the macros. So just in case like you copy the first macro like me, you need to push that key really fast twice at least, or maybe you can create another macro that includes that start attack with the first Raptor Strike and then you start using the traps. That is up to you, however you feel comfortable. And you can see here on this picture above what is the ideal priority for the melee skills when you play survival. If you're running out of mana, it's possible to rank down some skills, but look at Mongoose Bite. You don't want to lose the 60% to a 45% of your weapon damage, so it's better to rank down another skills like Raptor Strike. For example, this one is 100% weapon damage plus 5, and the max rank is also 100% plus 140. The other choice to rank down is the attack wing clip, as it is the attack that deals less damage. We don't care about the damage of this ability, it's just here to proc a lot of on-hit effects. Your positioning will be ideally on the side due to the attack Lacerate, and this is the side. But what happens? We also want to attack from the back because the enemy won't be able to parry our attacks. So we need to think like a dragon. You are not able to get in front of the face and not on the tail. So this is the idea we are going to copy. You are going to be a little bit back from this dummy's arm. And now coming with the gear, the items you need is mostly to half cap your weapon skill. Look at my items, I have 321 weapon skill on pole armors. This is overcap because I just equipped all my items and you just need 315. Take in mind there is a quest you can get to get plus 5 in every different weapon skill, so once you complete the quest for pole arms, you will have that plus 5 forever. Why do I mention just the pole armor? Because the hunter is made, or let's say the pole arms are made to fit the hunters really well, so this is mostly what we're going to look for unless you are playing on the Ambershire server and you are right now doing Ragnaros and you don't have any strong pole arm, so the best option would be an axe. And here I'm going to show the items that provide weapon skill and what weapons you should use. Remember, the axes for the Ambershire server and the pole arms for the other servers, especially if you're playing late game content. Building a two-handed weapon is easier than dual wield, because we just need 8% hit ratio. If we play dual wield, we are going to need up to 23% hit, and that is a lot. So people usually stop stacking more hit once they reach around 13 or 14 or up to 15 hit ratio. Add it to your weapon skill that in case you have 315, it is another 3% extra hit ratio to your weapons. This fact, combined with the fact that you need 315 weapon skills on both of your weapons just in case you are not playing double sword, double axe or double dagger, makes a lot easier to build around 200 weapons, especially if they are polearms, because they are going to provide us a lot of agility, and that is the main stat we want as survival hunters. And take in mind, in an ideal situation in which you attack a level 1 enemy, the difference in between playing dual wield or two-handed is very short in favor of dual wielding. Talking about enchants, we are absolutely always going to choose agility. It means we do not want the Crusader enchant on our weapons. We are going to choose agility always. And here I show you some items that are unique because we are lucky because the Sulgurub enchant doesn't benefit the survival hunter. So we can have two parts of the same item, especially for the tier 3 and above, one enchanted with agility and the other one with the Sulgurub enchant that is really nice for the other two versions, Beast Mastery and Marksmanship. And I repeat, Hunter's tiers are not unique, so you can have multiple of them repeated in your bank. And this is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot, especially if you plan to play survival. That is a really cool spec for the hunter, and take in mind, agility totem is better than wind fury totem, guys. So see you next time in the next guide. Bye bye.
The